Hi everyone, this is Julian and today I'm going to take you with us on our summer vacation to Naxos, Greece in July 2026. We started our journey on Thursday 2nd of July at Calgary Airport. We went to the Maple Leaf Lounge to grab a snack before the flight. We departed at 7:30 p.m. We sat in business class and got some nuts and a drink. And for dinner we had chicken teriyaki with rice, salad and a blueberry cheesecake. To pass the time, I did some colouring on the plane. We arrived in Toronto at around 11:20 p.m. It was a 4-hour flight. We stayed at the Sheraton at the airport because we wanted to break the travelling time. We took the train shuttle to Terminal 3 and got to the hotel. There was a World FIFA competition in the lobby, which we entered. Hope we win. We got into our room, which was very clean and comfortable. The next day, on Friday 3rd July, we took the train shuttle back to Terminal 1. We went through the international e-gates, we got to our gate and departed at 6:30 p.m. We arrived in Athens, Greece at 10:30 a.m. Saturday 4th of July. It was around a 10-hour flight. Our next trip was to Naxos. We went through customs and the next thing we had to do was get data on our phones. The first thing you need to do is connect to the airport Wi-Fi. I found this website on Vodafone where you can get an eSIM. We have used Vodafone in Australia before, so I know that the coverage is good. You just go to the website and choose which country you're going to and choose the plan. And then Vodafone will send you the instructions to your email to download the eSIM. We paid around $16.50 for 10 gigabyte for each of our phones. We then exited the airport to get a taxi to get to Port Rufina. We found Peter, which was a great guy, which we also arranged to pick us up when we were going to come back. He charged €110 each way. We got to Port Rufina and had some lunch at one of the restaurants. We had Greek salad, fried calamari and fried fish. The ferry we chose was Golden Star Ferries Super Express at €65 each way. We left at 2 p.m. The ferry is very comfortable and fast, it has a cafeteria and stops at a couple of islands. We arrived at Naxos at 6:30 p.m. and grabbed a taxi for €30 by Dimitri. We stayed at Hotel Katerina at Agios, Prokopios. The hotel has a lobby and a couple of townhouses with apartments. We booked 2 rooms because there was 5 of us. The rooms had a single bed and a double bed, shower, balcony and a small kitchenette. The rooms were €1,035 per room, and there is a €5 per night per room resort fee. We loved staying at the hotel. It was family run and they were super friendly. The hotel was super convenient to the shops and to the beach. The only one thing we would say is that the hotel rooms were a bit old. They just needed some renovation. But other than that, we loved staying there. We grabbed dinner after we had a shower. We had a gyro and a gelato afterwards. The next day, on Sunday 5th of July, we had breakfast at the hotel, which was delicious. They had eggs, cold cuts, spinach and cheese pies, cakes, cereal, tea and coffee, and fruit and pastries. We had breakfast by the pool. The hotel is located walking distance to Agios Prokopios beach. The beach was breathtaking with white sand. For lunch, we grabbed a souvlaki, Greek salad, and gyros at John's Corner. To get around, you can catch a bus where you have to get tickets from the local souvenir shop for around €2 each way. However, because we had 5 people in our family, instead of waiting 15 to 30 minutes for a bus, it was more worthwhile to rent a car at €40 each day. So we rented a car at Nikos for 2 days to drive around the island, and we put €20 of gas. We drove to the Kora, which is downtown Naxos, and visited the beautiful and iconic Temple of Apollo, which is called the Protora. You find out what time is sunset and get there to get the best pictures. The next day, Monday, 6th of July, we drove to Margakas Beach, going towards Plaka Beach. All sunbeds belong to restaurants and they charge around €20 to €30 to rent 2 sunbeds and an umbrella. The beach was also nice here. We grabbed some lunch at the restaurant where we got the sunbeds. For dinner, we came back to Agios Prokopios and decided to try Giannopolis. We had moussaka and lamb chops for dinner. After dinner, we drove to the Kora again and walked around and explored the streets and shops. We went inside a beautiful old church and watched the sunset from the balcony. We finished the night by getting some fried donuts called lokomades. Tuesday, 7th of July, we decided to do some sightseeing before another beach day. We went to see Demetrius' ancient temple, but we didn't realize they were closed on Tuesdays, so we just took some photos from outside the gate. We went to the beach and then we were back to our area and had some dinner at Colossia restaurant. We had some Greek salad, shrimp saganaki, chicken souvlaki plate, fried calamari and pasticci. For dessert, we went to Il Gusto and had some crepes. We went to the local supermarket and grabbed some souvenirs like almond nougat, lavani, which is incense, dried oregano and eucalyptus leaves and olive oil soaps. Wednesday, 8th of July was our last day, so we spent the day at our beach in Agios Prokopios. We decided to rent a quad bike for a day, which was about €30. We went around the island for a couple of hours, which was fun. For dinner, we came back to John's Corner and had chicken souvlaki and gyros, and we had some ice cream for dessert. Thursday, 9th of July, we went back to Naxos port and waited for our ferry at 9:50 a.m. We had arranged for Peter the night before to pick us up at Port Rufina to take us to Athens airport. From Athens back to Toronto, back to Calgary. It was a long trip back home, but we had a great time and we recommend it to everyone. So go to Naxos. Until next time, bye everyone.